Hey guys, Brett Weiss here, and somehow Adam Koralik has conned his way into another one of my videos.
It's a con.
Oh
it's a
yeah,
literal con.
We're literally at a con. So we're at Retropalooza in Fort Worth, Texas. The first year they're doing it in Fort Worth at this convention center. It's been a fun show. There's a lot of great vendors here, but we're going to talk about two incredibly rare consoles. Now you guys know that they're pretty darn rare.
One isn't a console, but okay.
Console adjacent.
Video game adjacent history.
Indeed. And so one of these you guys know, the Pluto. Adam takes it all over the world, showing it off, showing it at different locations. And he's got another item we'll show you guys in just a second. So stay tuned. This is going to be freaking awesome. A history lesson from the man himself. All right, guys, here it is, one of the holy grails of gaming, the Sega Pluto. Now, you might be wondering, there's a Sega Saturn. What is the Sega Pluto? And we're going to find out from Adam Koralik.
So basically, Sega of America specifically, was working on an upgraded version of the Sega Saturn, one that would have a built-in modem and a built-in hard drive.
That's insane.
This is the first hard drive in any video game system in human history, and it's just right here in my hand.
That's amazing.
So they were working on this, and think Xbox Game Pass. That's what they were trying to do for the Saturn back in 1996. The original plan was to release it in 1997 for $550 retail, which today would be like $1,500. So you complain about the PS5 Pro, that was a lot worse. But they ended up making only two of these things as final operational units. One ends up in Japan, that's the one that showed up on the internet much later in 2013. And the other one appeared in a flea market in California in 1999, where a buddy of mine found it and bought it for a whopping $3.
That's insane, dude.
I know. And he held on to it for years. Eventually, he let me loan it, and we brought it to shows. All right, so he wants us to take a look at the Pluto. Yeah, so there's the Sega Pluto. Now, obviously, it has a reset button, a power button, and an open button, so you can see inside there. The only thing that was wrong with this prototype when we got access to it is you see there's this little white piece of plastic there. That just holds the lid down. For whatever reason, that wasn't there. Sega didn't build one. So Ben Heck designed and 3D printed a part for that.
Well, this isn't real then, man.
Yeah, okay, it's all fake. It's all fraud.
Right.
No, other than that, it's all original.
That's
so
amazing.
Inside, on the back here, you can see the two expansion bays. That's where you load the hard drive and the modem. They're modular. They can actually fit. They're interchangeable. I typically put the hard drive on top, but there's no particular reason for that. It also has the VCD slot like an original Saturn. It has the same power port, AV out port, and link port that the Saturn had. People always ask, oh, the cartridge slot. What is that for? Is that Sega Genesis? No.
The memory card.
Correct.
Yes.
It's for the same exact port that the Sega Saturn always used.
Right.
It uses the same controller ports as the Sega Saturn as well. Fundamentally, it is a Sega Saturn. It's just this almost like pro model of the system that we never really got to see.
Very cool. Now you've got something else here, console adjacent, that we're going to show you guys. What in Sam Hill have you got here for us today?
Oh, you don't know? You don't recognize it?
It looks like an Atari Jaguar.
It does look like an Atari Jaguar, but it is not, in fact, an Atari Jaguar. So basically, the long story short with this is a device called the Hot Rod. Now, what ends up happening is in the mid-90s, when Atari effectively goes out of business, they sold off all their assets. One of the things they sold was the rights to their molds for the Jaguar. It was picked up by a company called Imogen that makes dental equipment. That's actually what this is. This is that thing on the wall when you went to the dentist's office that has little ropes that come out, they go in your mouth. That's what this is.
That's insane.
So what Steve did, he's the guy who runs Imogen, is he saw the designs and he had heard from a buddy of his, this company called Atari was going out of business, who knows what they've got, and he sees the shape and he goes, that looks like the next generation of my camera equipment. So he just decided to buy it rather than R&D a new one. He had no idea he was about to make like meme infamy in video game history. So I don't know the dental industry, but I do know that he thought this was going to be the next big thing. So he made like thousands of the shells, but he only made like 4 of the boards. This is one of the actual working units. So the shells, you probably see them on Jaguars a lot. He was just hawking those for like 20 bucks a pop eventually when the project was dead. And eventually that led to a buddy of mine buying one. He goes over to the office of Imogen because he realized it was like down the street from where he lived. He ends up getting a job there and his boss hooks him up with one of the units. So it is a camera, despite what it looks like. You see interface buttons, you would click, that's what the dentist would do. They'd press this stuff to move the camera around. People ask, what's the cartridge slot for? Does it play games? No, this is RAM upgrades for this thing. There are special cables and ropes that come out of here. And this actually, the connection port right here that has an interface with the dock is what killed it, because this is SCSI technology, which is like 1980s interface technology. Yeah, this was supposed to come out in 2004. So everybody was like, dude, I can't use it. I need USB. Hence, he only made 4 of them before he moved on to his next project. So we have one of the only ones ever.
Wow, that is insane. That's an incredible aspect of video game history that you're just not going to read in, People magazine. That's awesome.
It'd be weird for people to cover it.
Right, it really would be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, thank you so much for showing off these amazing console and console adjacent items. Very cool. You guys have seen Adam in my videos before, but Adam, let us know where we can find you.
My channel, Adam Koralik. You can go find me on YouTube there. You can find my travel channel where I take this thing around all over the world. You can also find me on social media, all under the same name, Adam Koralik, Koralik.
Guys, if you haven't seen Adam Koralik flying and eating, you got to check out that channel.
You
Give
just
it
like
a
because
sub.
you're in it a lot.
That's it. That's exactly why.
The code. I know, Brett.
Yes, you do. All right, man. Over and out. Thank you so much. And guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. We will talk to you in another video.